Hey guys, Brandon Woolum, CCM Magazine. Today we are sitting here in the CCM Cafe with the Grammy and Dove Award-winning Mr. TalkBox. What's up, my man?
Dude, how are you?
Good. Good to have you in here. So
thanks.
We're here today celebrating 20 years of this magical machine of yours.
Oh,
well, it's been around for more than 20 years, but with you.
With me? It's been housed with me for 20 years, man. Like,
you got the name copyrighted.
Yes, absolutely.
So you were an early adapter
oh my
to
gosh.
the TalkBox technology.
Right.
For people watching this that have no clue what this contraption is we're talking about, they've heard it before on some of these Christian songs.
Right.
Tell us about the TalkBox, what exactly it is.
Man, it is. It's basically a synthesizer keyboard that connects to a speaker, a small condensed speaker, and you put this little tube onto the speaker, and then you turn it on and you strike a note, and then it'll sound like this. Hello, Brandon. There, and that's how it works.
So now they recognize the sound like, oh, that's how they make that. They probably thought it was way more complicated than a ventilator tube.
Oh, absolutely. I've gotten so many names with the tube situation that we won't go there.
So take us back 20 or so years. How in the world did you start playing with this toy?
Man, I actually, I grew up in Orlando, Florida, and my mom and dad, they were pastors, and I grew up in a church, and so we were very musically inclined. So we listened to all genres of music. And we had a gospel group, and so we listened to, obviously all of the gospel and Christian music, but then we also listened to jazz, and then we also listened to R&B and soul. And so I heard this band called Roger and Zapp, and Roger, he was the front man of Zapp, and he used this instrument. And so I don't know what year this was, but I was riding in the car with my cousin, and this song comes on the radio, and it was called Computer Love. And I had never heard anything like it before, and that song featured this instrument. And I was like, what in the world is that? Like, I gotta get that. And so my cousin was like, yo, I got all those records. I have all his records at my house. I said, we got to go to your house now, and I need to listen to this. And so I started listening to his records, and it just fired me up, man. I was like, I want to use that instrument, but I want to use it for God, because we were traveling and doing gospel music with my parents. And so when I heard it, I was like, I'm going to find this thing. And this was like computer searching the internet. Just told y'all my age. But yeah, I heard it and I was just like blown away. And then I went on this ginormous search to find it. And I finally found it. And that was the birth of Mr. TalkBox.
Over this 20 years, how many different contraptions have you had? How many TalkBoxes have there been?
Oh my gosh.
Because you were talking about you're getting a new one built right now.
That's right. So yeah, that's a great question. I've had the adaptation of this instrument, man, it's got to been like six different ones. Like I started out with the Hale TalkBox, which was also by Jim Dunlop.
Huh.
Jim Dunlop actually made that TalkBox, and that was my first one. And then, that was my first one. And then I built another one when I was on the road with NSYNC. With those guys.
Yeah.
And so I toured with them for a couple of years as their keyboardist. And that's kind of where I built my own little, TalkBox setup. And so as the years went on, we started getting a little bit more popularity. And next thing you know, Jim Dunlop reaches out and was like, hey, we want to make you a TalkBox. And I was like, hey, I'll take it. And then, also shout out to these guys, Talkstar. Same thing. They built their own TalkBox. This thing sounds amazing. And so they sent it to me as well. So I'm kind of I get a lot of goodies doing this TalkBox.
Yeah. That's great. You talk about the boy bands there. Usually you have a favorite. It's either NSYNC or Backstreet. Apparently you do not have a favorite. You toured with NSYNC.
Right.
And now you have a new single coming out with AJ of the Backstreet
right.
Boys.
Well, look at you knowing your stuff, man. I love it. Yeah. That was crazy. Like he reached out and was like, man, I'm a big fan of yours. And I want to get you on a song. We have a couple of songs, but this one is called Electric. It's a dance song, and it's really, really cool. And Yeah, I'm on it, man. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we got to talk about this big event that's happening in Nashville. We've talked about the 20 years. There's going to be a big celebration, a big old party
Yes.
here in Nashville. Very cool theater downtown, the Woolworth. Tell us what people should expect if they're in town coming to it, or if they should fly in and see Mr. TalkBox.
Oh my gosh. Please come first and foremost. You're going to have a blast. We're going to just play a lot of great music. I've been a part of so many amazing songs that has blessed the church and then has also blessed the culture. So we're just gonna play that music. We're gonna play my music. I'm gonna give God praise. That's the heart of it. I'm gonna give everything back to Him. He blessed me. He's so kind to me over these 20 years to have me work with all these amazing artists, but also have my own career doing this. And so just expect a party, man. Like, it's gonna be a party, full band, production. Like, it's just gonna be a party. My family's coming into town. We got people coming from Delaware. We got people coming from Atlanta. The tickets are moving fast. So, woo.
And this is kind of a small, intimate theater, too. It's big, but it's intimate. It's got a really cool feel in there.
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. The theater's amazing. They have a display up front of the historic moment where Republican John Lewis and those, what was the Freedom Riders? They got
sat
beat
in
up.
there, right?
Yeah, they sat there. They sat in and they were getting beat up. And so it's very historic for me. Just being an African-American guy, you know, and just knowing my history, that's pretty significant to me as well. So, and it's all going to be there. All that experience is going to be there. You never know who's going to show up to a TalkBox concert, so you got to be there.
Especially in Nashville.
Especially in Nashville, so you got to be there. It's going to be a party.
It's happening April, is it 21st?
April 21st, 6 p.m., doors at 5. We even got parking for you guys. All you got to do is just show up. You know how downtown parking is. It's crazy. But we got that covered.
Parking might cost more than tickets.
That's right.
Not this one.
Not this one. We got you covered. So just come on out, and we're gonna have a party, man. It's gonna be great.
Where do they get the tickets at?
You just go online. You go to MrTalkBox.com. It's there. You go to the WoolworthTheater.com, and it's everywhere. It's everywhere, Mr. TalkBox. If you just type my name in, it's gonna pop up. So yeah.
So if there's a kid watching this, or maybe even an adult, where the heck do they learn how to play the TalkBox? With a guitar, there's somebody in their town, no matter where they're at, that'll teach them guitar.
Right.
This here, probably a little bit more difficult to find somebody to teach them.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I will say, Talkstar, they actually have a master class.
Oh, wow.
So you could go to Talkstar.com, and they have an actual master class that will teach you this instrument and how to play it. And it takes time. I'll tell you that. It's not easy. I make it look easy because I've been doing it for over 20 years. I'm just an old man. but yeah, there is a master class there. I mean, YouTube, people are starting to teach it a lot more. Eventually, I'll get around to doing it once I stop all of this, you know, running around on the road and doing these records. So, yeah.
All right. Well, good hanging with you.
Thank you.
MrTalkBox.com is where you get all things TalkBox. Come celebrate 20 years with us here in Nashville, April 21st, downtown Nashville with Mr. TalkBox.
Absolutely. Thank you.